Plaintiffs Thomas Cust and his girlfriend Kelsey Anderson rented an apartment to the defendants. Kelsey claims they terrorized their upstairs tenant so much that she broke her lease and moved out. They're suing for unpaid rent. Defendants Adrian Rayford and his wife Candace Bostic say while renting the plaintiff's apartment, the plaintiffs were rehabbing the unit downstairs, and they were constantly drunk and arguing. They're countersuing for emotional distress.
Start with you.
The defendants, Adrian and Candace, moved in May of 2017, and right from the get-go, there was problems, headaches, complaints. We had tenants move in upstairs in October, end of October, and they literally terrorized the woman to a point where she felt in such stress and such fear for her own life, she actually broke her lease and vacated the premises early. And broke her lease.
She told you that's why?
We actually have a letter from her. We received text messages from her saying they had locked her out.
How did they lock her out?
Oh, common
From
area.
the common front area, and actually also
Loud music.
blaring music. We actually have a video we can show you. This is the picture of the police.
Doyle. And what other problems? This is October. You say they moved in May of 17.
Yes, parking in the tenants' parking spots, cigarette butts on the lawn, blocking the basement door, denying us access to the basement area.
Blocked it how?
They put a wooden board across the door, so we were not able to get in. We were able to unlock.
Why they did that?
We asked them on several occasions to remedy that.
Did they say why they did it?
Actually, yes, she did. I received a text message from her after I had spoke with her about it, and she had said she didn't feel safe in that neighborhood. I'm not going to apologize for locking the door. The point is, I'm tired of it. She thinks it's horrible here. I can just imagine if she had the minority living below her. Just saying. That's a copy of the text.
Wait, what? Minority living below? What are you talking about?
What's your text?
That's the text message. I can't. I'm just saying what she had
said. Wide open to anyone to just walk in. I'm not going to apologize for locking the door. The point is, I'm tired of it. She thinks it's horrible here.
This was the upstairs tenant because I had sent her a text message regarding the blaring music.
I can just imagine if she had the minority living below her. Just saying. If I lived below her, I promise you it wouldn't be a problem. Just saying, we keep to ourselves and have no other issues with anyone but her. She's the problem. So whatever sob story she gave you is nothing but a cry for attention. Maybe she's making up excuses to break her lease. I don't know. All I ask is to talk to us before you call and jump down our throats. Well, she's just denying what the tenant is saying. And, you know, that means she doesn't think they're doing anything wrong.
Right. We actually have a video because the tenant had texted us several times regarding blaring music, and she actually had to notify the authorities, and the authorities did issue him a citation. And that is also stated in the letter.
This was when?
In January.
Do you have a copy of that?
I do not have that, but I do have the pictures of the police officers outside the house.
You gave me that. All right. Yes. That's what you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay. That's not them. That's black people. And that's what she said. That was she said. I was going by what she said. That's what she said. Only minorities would do such a thing. Go ahead. Let me hear from you all.
We moved into their apartment on May 17th. They were remodeling the downstairs. Every day that they were there working, they were intoxicated. Always had a bottle
that is a blatant lie.
Okay.
No, it's not.
They argued and fought with each other.
Again, that is a total lie.
Quiet, ma'am. They didn't interrupt you. Go ahead.
They argued for 5 months back and forth, and we were living upstairs during all this. He's constantly yelling at his workers, screaming, slamming stuff.
The workers who were?
His family, his brothers that were helping him.
Repairing the home or something? Or repairing the apartment?
Remodeling the downstairs.
Okay.
We were upstairs. And
you all ever complained to her about this or him?
Not so much. I mean, there was times where they would stay the night. They'd be too intoxicated to drive home.
Sleeping in their car.
Find them in the car in the morning in the driveway.
Is that true? Did that happen?
That is a complete lie. They actually did complain to us about. They did actually complain to us about the noise because she was working the night shift at the time.
Why are they gonna say they found you in the driveway? They don't have to make that up.
That is a blatant lie. Hold on, that is a blatant lie, Your Honor. I was actually.
You said, hold on. He wants you to.
I was actually.
Sir, then you hear she said, "Shut up." Trying to talk. Yeah. She run this. It's her program.
I just wanted to.
Tom even came upstairs because he was intoxicated and not feeling the greatest, and I gave him something to eat and something to drink before he drove home.
All right. And
there's more to that.
Go ahead.
After the downstairs was remodeled, we moved downstairs. Now, the place was just freshly remodeled, and I found Coke bags in the bathroom, little green baggies with powder in them.
God, that's such a lie.
I asked him about it. I said, hey, I found these baggies in there. And he laughed and said, oh, it must have been from the last people that lived there. The whole place just got remodeled and redone, literally.
Such a lie.
So I don't know where these bags came from.
Why would we make that up?
It came from the contractor. Now go ahead. What else?
One day the door was locked.
Then you say your brother was working down there too? Whose relatives? Oh, his relatives.
Yes.
All right. Well, somebody's just a cokehead between the two families. I don't know who it is.
One day
you ever get you a blow every now and then?
No.
I'm just asking. A lot of times people don't know what their spouse or their family member is doing.
No.
I've had folks in here all the time don't know that the man was a crackhead when they got together. How long you all been together?
10 years.
10 years.
Oh, okay. You know by now. All right. So it wasn't hers. All right. We got that out the way.
And then, one day, he came over to the house, beating on the door because the basement was locked. I mean, this guy's beating on the door like it's the police, like they're kicking the door in. I answered the door. I was in my underwear. I had just woken up, and I answered the door. And I was like, "What's wrong, Tom?" And he starts screaming, spit flying out of his mouth. I can smell the booze on him.
Trying to force his way
yelling
in.
at me about the basement being locked. So I closed the door because I'm not ready to deal with this. I'm just waking up, and he grabbed the door and trying to pry his way in there, yelling at me on the other side of the door. I hit the top lock and locked it, and he's hitting the door again. He told me I was going to be evicted for locking the basement door, and the bar was already there. I just was the one that put it up.
All right, they're suing for unpaid rent, $3,600. Let's hear about that.
Starting in October, Adrian had notified us that he was having back surgery and that there was going to possibly be issues with rent because he was going to be getting disability checks. We spoke with them about this, and we worked with them from October, November, December, January to kind of get squared up with what they were delinquent in. Come February, they paid partial rent. They owed $200 remaining in February. March, April, May, they did not pay. We did not receive any monies from February forward. And then at the beginning of May, we notified them that we were going to be showing the place. We did so again at the end of May. They sent us text messages. We were not allowed to show the place.
Showing it based on what? Hold on. Showing it based on what? They had agreed to move, or you all had evicted them? How can you show something where the lease hadn't
issued them a 5 days to pay or vacate. They acknowledged that they received the letter via text to Tom. They acknowledged that on May 10th. They did not pay. They did not vacate.
Did they tell you they intended to vacate?
They did not. He actually on May 13th said, I have most of the cash for you. I'm hoping to have all the monies by the end of the month. He did not.
You can't adjust their tenancy unless the court tells you can by way of eviction.
Right, and we went to, and we did.
When did you start showing the house?
We did not start showing it because they would not allow us to via
And
text.
was that before you went to court, they wouldn't allow you to?
Yes, but per their lease agreement, Your Honor, it does actually say that we do have the right to show the place as long as we give them adequate notice. We notified them, and then we started getting text messages when we were reminding them about the showing that we were not allowed in. There were no trespassing signs.
Let's see the lease that says that. Did you all know the lease allows, even prior to you all moving, that they can come in at will?
No.
Your Honor, it's not at will. We give notification, and the reason that...
Did you give them the day and time?
Well, the reason being is yes.
We told them on Saturday.
So that we don't have to go a month without having the place rented.
You gave them a day and time.
And then they don't show up.
That is absolutely not true, Your Honor.
And I agreed to be out of the house by the 1st of June.
And when did you get evicted?
We never got evicted.
You never got a judgment of eviction?
No.
No, they send it to the last address.
She says they never gotten a judgment for eviction.
On June 12th, we went to court in Racine, Wisconsin, and since they had vacated the premise, the judge did not have to order the writ of eviction since they had already vacated the premise on June 1st.
Okay, so that means you don't get any money.
What's that?
That means you don't get any money. The judge said since they had left, there was no reason to hear the case anymore.
But they still owed the money, and that's why we were proceeding.
That's why I need to see the judgment, because the judge may not have said that.
You're
what are you hand? I didn't ask you
we don't have
anything.
This is proof that he says.
Tell me what it is before you. I boss him around.
I'm sorry. What is it? This is the text message that we received on Sunday, May 13th from Adrian saying, I'm trying to have all the money for you and I'm waiting on another check and should have it all. So he's admitting that he owes the money in rent.
If it says that, sir?
I don't know anything, sir. We had a verbal agreement, Tom and I, about taking care of the property, doing the tree work on it.
Absolutely.
And I'd be able to stay until I got back.
I'm trying to have all the cash for you, and I have most of it. I'm waiting on another check, and I should have it all.
I was receiving the benefit checks, and something I fell off auto pay with the insurance company, so I didn't get them for about 3 months. And I told him about all that, and I was waiting for the checks. And he walked the property with me. He said, "You do all this tree work, you maintain the property. You can stay here until you get back to work." And then you will continue.
Your response was, "I'm trying to have all the cash."
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So you turned that deal down because you told him you were trying to have all the cash.
Yeah.
Your counterclaim $3,600. What did they do to you all?
Distress.
Tell me what they did.
Emotional distress. Him trying to come in my house, and he knows I got rights. He can't come in my house just.
And what happened when he came in?
Oh, he tried. I got the door locked.
Okay, well, if he tried and he didn't make it, you didn't suffer any emotional distress. All right, I'll grant you the judgment based on his text saying that he'll pay. Your claim is dismissed. No emotional distress. Judgment for the plaintiff. Your claim dismissed.
Thank you.
I think the judgment is fair, and I'm just happy we get to move forward.
I'm happy that they're out.
We're happy to be gone.
I'm happy to be gone and not deal with someone like you. So.
Plaintiff Richard Schumer rented a house to the defendants, and 5 months into it, they started having problems with the next-door neighbors. Richard claims the woman who lives next door to the defendants accused them of throwing out her bird feeders and making threats. He's suing for rent and damages. Defendants Judy and George Schlegel deny throwing out their neighbor's bird feeders, and Judy says their neighbor accused George of checking her out while she was swimming, and she's nothing to look at. Judy and George deny damaging the property and say they relinquished their security deposit to cover the rent.
Tell me what happened.
Okay, Your Honor, in December of 2009, George and Judy came to rent my house. It was for rent. They seemed like normal people. George had a good job, established people. You know, everything looked good, so I rented to them. They also had 2 little small dogs, which I thought were okay. I'm not crazy about pets, but I said, as long as you take care of them, let them out, you know, they don't do any destruction to the carpeting or anything, I have no problem with the 2 little dogs. That was fine. So time went on. It was pretty good, you know, no complaints, nothing. And it was probably about 5 months, and my neighbor next door gives me a call. She kind of looks over the house, you know, when she's going in and out. If she notices anything, she'll give me a call. Hey, Rick, you know, why don't you, look into this?
She's nosy.
Yeah, pretty much. So nosy. Good, it could be good and bad, I guess. Mm-hmm. So this time she says, Rick, you got to get over here. George next door, he threw out all my bird feeders. I had a whole row of bird feeders. He threw them into the garbage. And I mean, she had some money, tied up in these bird feeders. So, okay, take it easy, calm down. I understand. She says, well, you better get over here because I have to call the police because George and I think it was his future son-in-law are going to beat the hell out of my husband over these bird feeders. So I'm like, calm down. I'm gonna call George and see what's going on. My neighbor next door gives me a call. She kind of looks over the house, when she's going in and out. If she notices anything, she'll give me a call. Hey, Rick, why don't you, look into this?
She's nosy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Plaintiff Richard Schuma says after he rented a house to the defendants, the neighbors complained that the defendants threw out their property and threatened them.
What did he tell you?
I called George, and he says that because George cut the grass.
What did he tell you the reason for throwing it away?
He said they were in his way. They were a nuisance to him.
Okay.
They annoyed him.
All right.
So he just got rid of them. Okay. But I guess he didn't realize they weren't mine.
All right.
You know, this is
Not
just
true.
not true.
All right.
This is not true.
If I could speak,
Were you ever contacted regarding some bird feeders?
never.
This is the first you've ever heard of it.
Oh, you got this.
First time I cut the grass on the property, all I did was take these bird feeders that just stick in the hole. You know, I just stick them in, pick them up, put them in the backyard, laid them there so I could cut the grass. And then I was gonna pick them up, put them back in, and then I don't have to worry about whose they are. I never contacted.
They were by the garbage.
Did
I
they
never
contact you?
contact. Once I took them out and I laid them over to the side. This
By
was
the
all happened
garbage.
within like an hour.
So is the answer yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, because a second ago you said no, no one has spoken to you about it, and then you finally admitted yes. How did you respond when they called to inquire
The
about
husband from next door came over and started screaming at me about it. And I said, no, wait. I have them in the backyard. I didn't throw them away. He said, no, I see them in your garbage pile in the back, which I don't have a garbage pile.
it? Okay, did they get them back?
Yeah.
In 5 minutes,
Okay,
they
good
picked
enough.
them up.
All
we
right,
put
so
them
he's
back
just
in,
trying
and
to
that was the
suggest
end
you're a
of it.
bad neighbor in that
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Anything else they
Well-
were doing that you did not approve of during their tenancy?
Well, the extra pets, I wasn't.
Extra pets. How
Yes.
many pets did they have?
Well, the extra large Labrador and a couple of cats.
All right, did they cause damage to your property?
Yes, definitely.
All right, I'll get to that damage. Let me hear from you all regarding your tenancy.
Your Honor, when we moved in, everything went great. I liked the people we rented. I had no idea that this lady next door was in cahoots with these people,
Cahoots in what way?
telling them every move we made.
All right.
So the bird feeder, that was nothing.
They're on the move. That's right.
Those bird feeders got stuck right back in
Did
there.
you see them? Were they walking around with earphones, walkie-talkie every now and then?
It was almost that bad. And she had a swimming pool, the neighbor did. Now, I don't mean to be mean, but this woman was not of anything that my husband would look at. She goes and tells them that my husband and my future son-in-law was checking her out in the pool, and she just couldn't deal with that. Okay, whatever.
And you say she should have been glad anybody was checking her out.
Oh, it was that bad. Yes. It was that bad. She was not anything to look at. My husband said when we moved in, honey, you don't have to worry about the next door neighbor. I checked her out. You don't have to worry about her. I said, I'm not worried about her. So what happened is she was spying. I would go to my curves to work out. I'm being told by people
You would
there.
go where?
Curves to work
To
out.
work out?
I'm
All
an
right.
exercise person. I swim 80 laps in the pool. I'm up to 80
I got
laps.
a buddy of mine. He likes oversized women. He goes there just to pick up women. I'm kidding.
Well, my next door neighbor, he loved.
Go ahead.
My next door neighbor.
You say
If that's
he would
what
love
he's
your
looking
next
for,
door neighbor.
I am skinny next to her.
Go ahead, let's get back on
Then I'm going to work out, and I'm hearing people tell me at curves that I'm not paying my bills, that we're not paying the rent, and all this was going on. I'm like, wait a minute, no, isn't true.
How did Curves find out about it?
We were in a small town, and people talk, and they know of them, you know.
Gotcha.
So basically, I was like, well, no, that's not
All right,
true.
we got to get to the rent they're suing about.
Okay.
So let me hear about the rent and damages you're suing for.
Okay, so about April 2011, George started paying late or partial rent, not the full amount.
How much was the rent per month?
The rent was $1,250 a month.
Okay.
It was for a nice size house on a nice size lot for their dogs can run around, side driveway, good parking, nice place, central air, everything updated. And they started paying partial and late rents. So I'm like, okay, something's up. Then I find out George had let go from his job. I don't know where I heard this from, but supposedly
you heard it from your neighbor.
I heard.
Yeah.
You heard it from the nosy neighbor. Go ahead.
Possibly. I heard that he was sleeping on a job. I don't know if it's true, but that's,
now they followed him to work. Go ahead, man.
I would go to my curves to work out. I'm being told by people
You
there.
go where?
Curves to work
To
out.
work out?
I'm
All
an
right.
exercise person. I swim 80 laps in the pool. I'm up to 80
I got
laps.
a buddy of mine, he likes oversized women. He goes there just to pick up women. I'm kidding.
Plaintiff Richard Schuma says after he rented a house to the defendants, the neighbors complained that the defendants threw out their property and threatened them.
Get to the rent.
I mean,
All right, so what
I'm not
months
getting my
did he
rent.
miss?
That's the main thing.
What
I
month?
can't pay my mortgage. I'm not getting the
What
rent.
month did he fail to pay, or months?
September and October, Your Honor.
All right, so that would be $2,500?
$2,500.
All right. September, October.
Would you
All
like
right,
this?
and the damages.
The damage, actually, can I present this to you?
Sure.
Sir? Thank
All
you.
right, ma'am. She's not the neighbor, is she?
This is my wife, Barbara.
Okay.
Actually,
I just wanted to make sure we weren't talking about you like that. If so, I was going to bring you up and
She's
let
good friends with the neighbor.
Good enough. So the damages.
yeah, the damages were just unbelievable for me. The rugs were just trashed. I mean,
Do you have pictures?
yes, can I show you? These are the before,
The carpeting is what I'm most interested in.
and these are the
You're
after. They're marked.
You're alleging
Those are before.
$1,100 in damage to
Yes.
the carpeting.
These are after.
This is before.
Those pictures were taken before they moved in.
I
Actually,
see.
the same week they moved in. Everything was painted, freshly painted.
Very nice. Now let's see the after. Now, you sure this couldn't be dealt with having it professionally cleaned?
They actually cleaned it before they left.
Is that true? Did you all have the carpet cleaned?
They
We
did it.
cleaned it with a
Hoover.
How
Hoovered.
long before leaving did you clean it?
2 days.
Do you have an estimate, sir?
Yes, that's all pet urine.
Okay, let's see it. What do you all say to all the obvious urine on the carpet?
The urine on the carpet, we have no idea.
You have no idea where it came from.
The day when we left, we met them. We gave them the keys.
Did you all
We
do a walkthrough?
Did a walkthrough.
Together.
All together.
Sir, is that
all
true?
All 4 of us.
Hold on.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes, they did.
What did you point out was the problem? And did you, because you're supposed to take an inventory, you're supposed to write up what problems you've seen. Do you have anything such as
Yes,
that?
we agreed.
Do you have anything in writing?
No, we don't. It was a mutual agreement. My wife was a
Mutual
witness.
agreement that what?
That they were going to cover the damaged carpeting. They knew it was
Is that
damaged.
true?
That is not
Right.
true.
That's a lie. That is a lie.
That's a lie.
That is not true.
We never said anything about the car.
I can tell you what the original agreement was when we left that day was.
What?
We owed them 1 month's rent. The September rent, which was the other month, September and October, was going to be the security deposit we gave in the beginning.
The total amount?
Total amount,
Meaning that
$1,250.
when you left, there were absolutely no damages. That would
There
be
was
the
nothing
assumption.
wrong.
If he made that agreement.
That is
Sir,
not-
did you ever make that agreement?
No, sir.
Ma'am, you wanted to speak.
Yes, can I say?
State your name.
My name is Barbara
Mhm,
Chumar.
what do you want to
I'm
tell me?
Richard's wife. You, sir, this is everything what the picture showing. We never agree. We kept a deposit. This is not a rent money. That's deposit money. And the house one left so dirty, so trash, that the deposit didn't even cover whatever we have to put our work and the people install the new floor. We're not charging for that. We're charging for 2 months and a partial for the carpeting when we have to rip it out. And we have to rip it out everything because it was so much dirt and urine from these 3 dogs and 2 kids that we didn't allow.
You could not breathe in the house. It was so bad.
Show me now, where's the carpet repair receipts? That perhaps I haven't found it.
It's replacement. I just replaced it.
All right, and that's this?
Yes.
Menards? Is Menards a carpet place? I hear the song. And that's what people... That's what happens when these corporations have such snappy songs. That's all you remember is the song. You don't even know what the company does. You save good money at Menards. I've heard the song for years, but I never knew it was for carpet.
Your Honor, I was in cleaner barns than this house looked when I came in.
He's paid $706. What's the amount for the classic oak 3-strip quiet underlayment? What is that, sir?
That was for underneath.
That's part of the carpet as well. All of this is part of the carpet for Menards. So I'll grant you your judgment based on the evidence you've shown me. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad justice was served. It was a lot of work for me to get this house back in order, and I'm just happy that the judge ruled in my favor. It was just a lot of work for me and headache.
Hope you wish that George find a job and keep it so they can pay the rent.
We wish that
keep
too.
the next place cleaner for the next landlord.
Plaintiff Alicio Muniz rented an apartment to the defendant, but after she moved in, she claimed there were ghosts in the unit. Alicio did not believe the defendant's suspicions, and he's suing her today for damages. Defendant Sierra Alexander insists she had 3 interactions with ghosts while living in Alicio's rental property. Sierra claims she once saw a shadow walking by her door, and another time saw a shadow of a man's face wearing a Sherlock Holmes hat. Sierra's countersuing for a rent refund and a security deposit.
Start with you.
Your Honor, although I'm a big fan of the show, I think we may have contacted the wrong show. I think we should have called Ghost Hunters. It might pertain a little bit better to this situation that we're dealing with.
How so?
I know that you have come across, a variety of people in your line of work, and as a landlord, I also have. But this tenant takes the cake.
Tell me.
In the middle of the night, I received calls on a number of occasions, but one in particular where she called and asked me if I had any knowledge of a murder or someone that died in the property. And I asked her, well, why? What do you mean? And she said, well, I think there's ghosts here. So, humoring the situation, I laugh and I say, okay, I'll check for you. Me and my son, we Google it. So I was like, okay, I'll Google it. I look up, there's nothing there. So I tell her, no, there's no deaths, no murders or anything like that. So I think that's the end of it, but that's just the beginning. She called me on a number of occasions.
What time of night was it?
I would say midnight, maybe.
That's a lie.
I think we should have called Ghost Hunters. It might pertain a little bit better to this situation that we're dealing with.
How so?
I know that you have come across, a variety of people in your line of work, and as a landlord, I also have. But this tenant takes the cake.
Tell me.
She said, well, I think there's ghosts here.
Plaintiff Alicio Muniz says after he rented an apartment to the defendant, she called him in the middle of the night, claiming she saw a ghost.
What did she say when you called her back and said there's no history of that?
She said, okay, well, that's fine, but that wasn't the end of it.
Okay. Approximately when? What week of what month?
When she called would have been the 2nd month into the lease.
And what month was that approximately? I don't know what month the lease
April
ran
this year.
from. April of 12. She calls you at midnight saying they're ghosts. And you tell her you looked into it and no one has been killed or maimed there to be a ghost, I guess. Ma'am?
Okay, Your Honor, I actually, when I talked to Mr. Muniz about the ghost situation, I asked him if there was anybody that lived there before me, and I did ask him about anybody dying in the house. I actually seen a shadow walk past my bedroom door, and I was the only person there at the time, so it really kind of scared me. No, I was actually sitting down watching television.
Okay. Some people get scared by their own shadow.
No.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
It was actually, I was sitting there watching television. My ex-boyfriend was not there at the time. He was actually at my mother's house. So that was the first incident. I had 3 incidents that happened.
When was the next?
The second incident where I was laying
What
down,
month?
these both happened in March.
Okay. Go
So
ahead.
the
What
second
time was
one-
this one? The second one?
The second one, it was at night, but I did not call him. I did not contact him. I actually,
What time
at
of
that
night was
time,
this?
It was around 9, 10 o'clock.
And you were alone again?
No, actually, at that time for the second one, my boyfriend was there. My ex-boyfriend
And
was
what
there.
did you see?
The second time, I seen a shadow in the window, and I asked my ex-boyfriend to come here. I'm like, you know, I see something in the window, and you can tell that it wasn't shadows from the trees. It's like you can see a full-figured man in the window, and he had kind of like the Sherlock Holmes type of hat on. And you could see the whole figure of his face in the window. And I asked my ex-boyfriend to come here and look in the window, and he's like, I see it too. And like, so it starts to really freak me out. So I actually leave the house, and I go and I spend almost a whole week at my mother's house.
What does he do?
He stays there. He's not into the whole being scared of ghosts thing.
He saw a ghost, and he decided to just stay.
Because he's not into the whole, he doesn't care about the whole ghost
He
thing.
doesn't mind ghosts living
Yeah,
with him.
He doesn't care.
Huh?
Right.
He doesn't care.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't mind ghosts living with him.
So, and then I end up
Does he still
spending
live
a week.
there, or?
No.
Oh, he's your ex?
Yes.
When did he move?
He left, I would say, in June.
So he stayed there from March to June with a ghost because he didn't mind living with ghosts. That's what you say?
Exactly.
Good enough. All right. When did the third occur?
The third one occurred, my ex-boyfriend was going through
What
his
month?
phone.
Same month?
No, this was in April.
April. All right. What time was this one?
I could not tell you the
All
exact
right.
time. He was going through his phone. He was looking at a couple pictures, and he had noticed in his phone there was a picture of a shadow standing over me. And then when he told me this, I'm like, okay, well, this is just too much. When I had spoke to Mr. Munez, I told him, okay, well, you say you did research on it.
No. I'm talking about you and your boyfriend's conversation. We haven't gotten away from that yet.
Yes, about the conversation, I told him that I was going to do the research myself.
And what did
Because-
your boyfriend, that's what you told him?
Yes, because I believed
What
there
did he
was
say?
a ghost in the house.
Yeah, he believed it too,
And-
right?
Yes, and he
Okay.
said, okay, well, go ahead and do the research, figure out what you can figure out. If you need my help, I will help you. So I end up going to the library, and I went to the genealogy section.
No. What did you all do at the end of the appearance of the ghost?
After that, I said that I would handle this myself because I believed that there was ghosts in the
This
house.
was within a couple of minutes of seeing it. You said, I'll handle it myself.
Right.
And you all stayed there?
Yes. And
Just
then
went to sleep, no problem.
it was hard to sleep, but I
Right,
stayed
but
there.
you just went to sleep.
Yes, I
Last
stayed
time you
there.
left, you were so scared. The second time. The third time, you say, I just go to sleep.
I mean, what else could I do?
Leave again? Go ahead, sir.
Your Honor, when she called, I guess it would have been the third time, she said that her boyfriend had seen a picture of a shadow over top of her. Clearly, it was him over top of her. Where's the shadow coming from? That's him. He's standing over top of her. I don't know the relationship. I don't know the situation, but the shadow was probably coming from him, just like the shadow that she seen the first time was probably her when she's walking around the house.
Sir,
by
what
herself as a
action
shadow.
did you take to try and address her allegation that she has seen ghosts?
Well, other than Googling it, I didn't have any Ghostbuster numbers or anything like that, so I didn't know what else to do. What
did you
am I
tell
supposed
her?
to do? I said, well, I've already looked into it. There's nothing I can do. You know, what else can I do? That was just the top, you know, that was just the beginning. There was plenty of other incidents that when she would call me numerous times, texting me, calling me about just, why haven't you returned my call? She's like calling me like she's an ex or something, like she's an ex-girlfriend that I can't
Regarding
shake.
the ghosts.
No, this is about anything and everything else. Some of them were about the ghosts. Some of them were about issues with the property, giving her money back, or doing stuff. But it's like she's texting and calling like someone that we're in a relationship. We're not. It's nonstop calling and you better call me back. You need to return my calls. And I don't know how to react to that because as a landlord, I just handle it or I'll get a hold of you when I can. I can't call you right now every time. And she
Do you have
would
any of the
constantly call.
texts?
Oh, I have plenty of text and voice messages.
Let's see some of the earlier ones.
The earlier ones where
Yes.
she's texting and calling me nonstop.
Within a couple of minutes of seeing it, you said, I'll handle it myself.
Right.
And you all stayed there?
Yes. And
Just
then,
went to sleep, no problem.
I mean, what else could I do?
Leave again?
Plaintiff Alicio Muniz says after he rented an apartment to the defendant, she called him in the middle of the night claiming she saw a ghost.
Ma'am, let me hear from you.
Okay, first, I do not constantly call him. I only called him once when it came down to the ghost situation. Second, I would contact him about coming to fix the property because there were so many things wrong with the property to where my sink was leaking and I tried to get him to come and fix the sink. He would come and try to fix the sink, but then next thing you know, the next day it's leaking again.
Probably the ghost.
And then, no.
Go ahead.
That's a lie. But he would only come for a split second. And then when we had the incident to where my roof was leaking, the first thing he does is he puts nails in the ceiling. He doesn't try to patch it up or anything. He puts nails into the ceiling. And then he ended up going outside. He was supposed to go get a ladder. He goes outside and he never comes back. He left his toolbox there. His toolbox was at my apartment for almost 2 weeks. So when I finally got a hold of him to come and get his stuff, he would come over and then I said, okay, you know, what are you gonna do about the ceiling? Oh, I have to get the stuff to patch it up. And he looks at it again and him and his son comes over and they go upstairs. I don't know what they did upstairs, but then it stopped leaking for a while and then it rained really hard and it started leaking again. And it started falling apart. I have pictures of the ceiling falling apart with the nails in it.
Let's see it, please.
I have a progress of pictures of where it was falling apart.
You have a dog?
I had a dog, yes, I did.
You have a list of your repairs again?
Yes.
That you were calling him about?
That was that's the bathroom window that
That's what that is?
That he never
What
came.
is this?
That is the ceiling.
Okay.
That's the ceiling in my bedroom. That is the bathroom that was broken when I moved in that he said he was going to fix, that he never came and fixed. And I called him numerous times to come and fix the window, and he still did not come to fix the window.
Okay.
And then I told him about my bedroom window, which had a crack in the bedroom window, and he said he'll fix that too, and he ordered the windows, and he would come and fix them, and he never did.
Okay, and sir, I see in your text, your responses have been, 1, your dog did it. 2, you can move out. That was your responses to the woman who said that your damaged property needed repairing.
Right, the damages to the window were done after they moved in.
How about the ceiling?
That's a lie.
The ceiling was from a leak, but when my son and we went there to fix
so what happened?
whatever,
Why didn't you repair it?
I fixed the upstairs part, but the inside was cosmetic. And when I came to,
Did you fix it?
I didn't fix the cosmetics. I really didn't want to return because, like I said, I didn't really feel comfortable with the way she was. Oh, you thought it was ghost there too? Yeah, right. No, I didn't feel comfortable with the relationship status. She thought it was something else. I don't know if she thought maybe she was attracted. She's calling me all the time. Every time.
So you thought she was attracted
right,
to you?
I didn't feel comfortable
so that's why you didn't go and make the repairs. Good enough. $550 is your judgment. I believe he's perjuring himself. I believe you're lying. She doesn't want you. Have a good day. Your claim is dismissed. Yours is granted.
I mean, there's not much I can say. Hey, I guess the ghost can pay me my money.
Yeah, that's about all that's gonna pay you is the Ghostbusters, not me.
You're gonna pay me.
Plaintiff John Messina rented a condo to the defendants, and they turned it into a scene from Animal House. John claims the defendants had a lot of alcohol, women, and marijuana in the condo, and once went for a drunken midnight swim in the pool. He's suing for rent and damages. Defendants Nicholas Solis and his brother Harold admit that they like to party, but say they partied with John and his wife before they rented the condo, and they have the pictures to prove it. Nicholas and Harold believe they're being sued for more than they owe.
Tell me what happened.
Okay, Your Honor, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Animal House, but basically, these two guys tried to turn the condo that they rented from me into that.
Now they were college students in Animal House, so these guys in college?
Well, these guys are college students,
Okay.
yes.
Well,
They're
they're doing what they're
brothers.
supposed to do.
Well, they're supposed to do that within reason, where the
That's
association isn't calling me constantly and telling me that they have a problem.
Okay.
There's a lot of drinking, a lot of women, a lot of weed, a lot of stuff going on over there. And
Sounds
one
terrible.
Sounds terrible. You need to go over there and clean it up. Doyle will go over there and straighten that out.
They didn't even invite us, you know. This picture kind of sums it up.
Let's see it,
One
please.
night, we had the occasion where they decided to do some heavy drinking and go for a middle of the night swim in the community pool, which I have a picture of that. This is where they went and they hoisted some girls over the fence. And
who doesn't do that?
Hey, again, I wasn't invited, so that's one of the reasons we're here.
Right, that's right.
My wife can attest to most of what I'm saying.
You want to come up?
If you want.
State your name.
Anyway, they were caught. I'm sorry.
Laritza Messina.
Yes, ma'am.
Dear Honor, they are friends or were friends to the family for the last 12 years. Really nice guy.
There's a lot of drinking, a lot of women, a lot of weed, a lot of stuff going on over there. And
Sounds
one
terrible.
Sounds terrible. You need to go over there and clean it up.
Plaintiff John Messina rented a condo to the defendants, and he says they partied constantly in the unit. But they have pictures proving they used to party with John and his wife.
Where do you know him from?
Nicaragua. We
Okay.
come from the same country. We met, and he was in the Army. Every time he came back from the Army, here it was, throwing a party for him, the barbecue, the drinking, the family over. Had an unbelievable time together. We gave him the condo to rent, really nice guys, until, hey, I guess the party started. And
All
they
right.
just didn't do what they were supposed to do.
You all want to give me some background? What college do you all attend?
Oh, we attend Edison State College in Fort Myers, Florida.
Good. What do you want to tell me about
All right,
what's
all
going
right.
on?
John says that we're party animals, but the truth is, we used to party together before we even rented out the condo.
That's what he said, but you wouldn't invite him to these.
Thank you. That's the
That's
point.
the problem. If you'd have kept inviting him, you wouldn't have had a
What
problem.
happened to the last few parties we
You know,
didn't get invited?
As you can see, she's obviously the life of the party. You know, she keeps everybody going. You know,
Oops.
we even got pictures. We got some pictures here.
Let's see those.
Pictures when we used to get all together. We got
See,
more.
this is the reason
John.
why I'm here. I was supposed to be there at those parties.
I'm not going to try to figure that out. So that's been your lifestyle. How you doing in school?
Excuse me?
How? You don't even know what that is. I know you don't go to class.
I do.
How are you doing in school?
I'm doing good, Your Honor.
All
I've been
right.
going for a year already.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's a 4-year, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Edison. All right. How long you been there?
I've been here for 2 years. Doing great.
All right. Well, drink all you want. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want it to go down.
Just make sure I get an invitation.
So tell me the rent you're suing about.
Well, the lease was signed for November 1st of 2011. I have a copy of the lease here.
Okay, let's see it.
They decided
The
they
amount?
want- I'm sorry?
The amount per
The
month.
amount was $850 a month, which included all utilities with the exception
Okay.
of cable. They decided to leave it early in September. I have pictures of the unit. I mean, everything was brand new.
But it was a furnished condo.
When I go in that area, I stay in Punta Gorda.
So next time you can come over
I
and
stay
stay
in
with
Motel
us.
6.
Motel 6. It's a nice unit. It's fairly priced.
They are nice.
And all the utilities and everything are included. So it was a nice deal that they put together for them so that they just have one expense and that was it.
Okay.
They decided to leave a little early, which was a couple of months, and they wanted to offer to me the security deposit to pay 1 month's rent. And I tried my best to work out a deal with them so they could be responsible. As soon as I could find somebody else to put in there, I would release them from their obligation. But the phone calls would go unanswered. My texts would go unanswered. Then there was little things like the key for the pool area. There's $80 to replace the key. I wanted the key back, didn't get the key.
Well, you'd have to replace that anyway if someone moved.
Well, no, they leave the key. That's the part of the deal, because you know when they give
And
me
you do what with the key?
The key is like
Give it to the next person?
Yeah, like a credit card.
The next
They
tenant.
activate it with a different code.
Oh, you activate it
Yes,
with a different
with a
code.
different
That's
code.
what
That's
you
the
do.
reason why
Okay.
But the
You
key
don't
is
have to
something
pay
Got
more.
it.
If you
All
don't,
right.
if you go in there and you need a new one, it's $80.
Okay.
Okay, so.
What damages?
Well, I have a list of all the damages here. There was some furniture that was damaged. If you look on that picture, those orange-colored sofa, I guess they had a dog, and the dog damaged it, so they decided to throw it in the
All right.
throw it in the dumpster.
Please give them this list, please, Doyle.
Again, I didn't have a chance to go through this list with them, Your Honor.
Let me see the pictures, please. What do you mean you didn't have a chance to go over
I
them?
tried to call them to arrange a meeting. I tried to text them to arrange a meeting, and I did not get a response.
All right, let me hear from you guys.
All right.
Rent damages.
Well, we decided, you know, we were gonna leave because my brother was talking about going back into the Army.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he did all his, you know, he called his recruiter, he did everything he had to do. But, you know, I couldn't take care of the apartment by myself, honestly. And we told him, like, you know, keep the $850 deposit, you know, and I talked to a coworker and he needed to move in. So I told him and gave him the number and he called and, you know, from there on, but something didn't happen.
How about the damages?
The damages. The couch, the love seat, I understand that, but $500 for that?
Rubbing Stucky.
How much you think couches and love seats cost?
Honestly, for that, I'll give them $150, $100.
Really? Then you can go to the store and buy something like that for $100?
Goodwill?
Goodwill.
All right. You get this from the Goodwill?
No, rubbing Stucky.
So, do you contest any of the other items?
Painting, ain't that something that should be done automatically?
That happens in most instances when tenants leave.
Lock replacement.
Well, because I wouldn't normally replace the locks. If they gave me the keys back, I would just give the keys to the new tenant.
So if they had made a copy of the key before they give it to you, they could come in the new tenant's house?
I don't think they will. We were thinking
You know,
they're
whatever, if they
they're good
will
people.
or not.
They're
They
good
might
people.
not be. They might change their mind. They might flip.
Yeah. Now we know that.
All right. Lock replacement, you're not getting that. And paint, you're not getting that. Anything else you want to contest?
Extermination. It's Florida.
That's
You
true.
get the-
Extermination, sir?
Well, because the unit was clean and new when it was rented to them.
Mm-hmm.
Once we went back in there to fix what needed to be fixed, we were inundated with roaches.
John says that we're party animals, but the truth is, we used to party together before we even rented out the condo.
That's what he said, but you wouldn't invite him to these.
Thank you. That's
the
point.
problem. If you'd have kept inviting him, you wouldn't have had a problem.
Plaintiff John Messina rented a condo to the defendants, and he says they partied constantly in the unit. But they have pictures proving they used to party with John and his wife.
Water bugs or roaches?
There were roaches.
Palm tree bugs, actually. Palm tree bugs.
Right.
Because I went outside and I saw the palm trees and they were off the net.
Where do you think they came from?
Well, I
From
don't
all
know.
the food and stuff that were laying
That was
around,
laying around.
they were just
I
like,
know,
hey,
but they
we got
have
a
to-
place to party. Let's go in here.
Came from where, though?
From the outside, from the inside, from them leaving them in a mess. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
And it could be from the palm trees, though, since you don't know.
Well, they don't make.
They're very confident. This is from the palm trees. You say you
It
don't
is
know.
Florida, but they
You say you don't
have
know.
any palm
So I'm going to go with the
trees.
people who know. So we're taking that off. 150, 100, and then 50. And, okay, so you recommended a replacement roommate. What happened with that?
Well, they did give us a replacement roommate. I tried to get them passed through the board, but it ended up that they were here illegally in this country.
Okay, so they weren't qualified
So they were not
tenants.
qualified
All right,
tenants.
1, 2,
Nice
and
people.
yeah, they can't accept a tenant that's not qualified.
Absolutely.
So far, all I am seeing, gentlemen, unless you have something else to say,
Professional cleaning.
professional cleaning.
You agree we left the house in very clean conditions, right?
Yeah, except when we went into the bathrooms, the shower, and some of the stuff was. For me, the normal thing when somebody takes over, the reason you get a security deposit is that the place is supposed to be the way it was when you rented it to the person. So if I have to go in,
No,
and I have to,
minus regular wear and tear.
that I agree with, Your Honor.
I'm glad you do.
Footprints on doors. I'm not sure that's normal wear and tear.
You have pictures of that?
No, unfortunately.
Let me just grant you your rent because they don't sound like they have a legitimate defense to that. I'm going to deduct $150 for the professional cleaning, $100 for the extermination, $150 from the painting, and $50 from the lock replacement. So
$450.
the balance is $2,050. Have a good day.
Thank you.
I hope they pay for my drinks tonight because I came all this way down here from Florida, and I hope this doesn't ruin the relationship between us. I hope they still answer the text and they add me to Facebook again because I want to see some crazy pictures all over again. And I think I'm ready for a drink, and you guys are paying for it.
I feel like, we could work it out. We used to be real close before, put the drama aside and get back to how we used to be.
Okay, that sounds really great. Can I get a hug for it?